Hello Persona fans and welcome back to Trinity Soul Tuesdays, the show where I cover an episode of Persona Trinity Soul every 2 weeks and encourage you all to watch along with me. When we last left off, things weren't great. On today's episode, it may have only been 2 weeks for us, but it's been 6 whole months for our characters. This means Part 2 loses a lot of the cold winter charms I genuinely enjoyed from the first half. Ryo is still missing, and Shin has moved into the dorms, where he's been having nightmares, and worst of all, he's been sleep sculpting. It's like sleepwalking, but with sculpting. We also learn that he's been regularly visiting Ito at the Criminal Affairs Department to the point of becoming a nuisance. After being told Ito isn't here right now, Shin manages to sneak in by disguising himself as a ramen delivery man. And he's not just delivering ramen, but sass. And I love it.
情報を持ってきたかもしれないのに。
そうなのか?
いいえ。
I've never felt closer to Ito than I do at this very moment. This face is big mood.
牛丼ラーメン汗だく?
ねえ、そいつ。
貸してください。
Huh. Wonder why those 2 young female officers are so eager to deliver that ramen. Not important. What is important is Ito finally gives up and decides to fill Shin in on the information regarding Ryo. Meanwhile, we get a nice little recap of what everyone else has been up to lately. Takuro and Mayuri got a job at a trendy clothing shop, Kanaro has been busy representing their school in the speech contest, Megami is busy with dance club and wants to apply to a nursing school, and we're all sitting down to enjoy some delicious shave ice. Hey Jun, do you think your brother killed that girl Shin liked 6 months ago? Ito basically tells Shin that they don't really have any new information. He wishes they did, but the truth is he's been removed from the investigation, and he's in the dark just as much as Shin is. Shin laments that he's really started to feel the effects of the 10-year gap he and Ryo had, since he can't think of anywhere Ryo would have gone. Shin excuses himself and heads down the elevator. Who the fuck is that guy? Kanaro stopped by the Kanzato's old house looking for Shin, but ends up running into Jun instead, who says he regularly stops by the house just to check if Ryo has come back at all. So, since Kanaro is totes crushing on Shin, I ship it, Jun decides to go show her some of his old stuff, and we've got our first feathers of Part 2. Shin decided to go visit Eiko's death scene and has his own ideas of what happened that night, and as he's about to head back into town, a certain someone decides they need to talk. Meanwhile, at Sexual Bomber, the trendy clothing shop Takuro and Mayuri work at, we see the two in their summer casual clothes, with a random gratuitous pan down to Mayuri's boobs. And fair's fair, so here's a nice Takuro pan as well. Thankfully, Bamboo is still in business as Shin and Chie sit down for their chat, and they talk about all the important stuff, like pop idols, high school baseball, and oh yeah, before I forget, do you know where your brother was getting these pills? Because we really need some more of them. Case in point, one of the twins that we only met like 2 episodes ago, Wakasa, is, not doing so well. Ito and Narasaki are trying to meet with the CEO of Hiragi Pharmaceuticals, and wait, as in the pharmaceutical company from episode 6? The one whose sons got kidnapped while Ryo was a bear? Did this show just have genuinely good groundwork set up? Alright, Gold Star Trinity Soul. But they can't seem to meet with him. Ryo's apparent replacement, some dude named Sanada, whoever he is, has apparently taken over the investigation and is trying to sweep things under the rug. The intensity starts to build up as everyone gathers together. The gang meets up for dinner. Shin tries to tail Chie to no avail. Mayuri pulls a Superman and removes her glasses to reveal herself as the broccoli in front of her colleagues. Inui is discussing things with a mysterious gray-haired fellow about how their department in the police force seems to have disappeared, and Wakasa, well, with no pills, his persona, Chinshubao, goes full berserk and summons itself in the middle of the crowded city, which is a clear violation of the masquerade. Shin jumps in to save Jun as Chinshubao tries to eat Seth, and this is a great way to start part 2 of the series. This is the boss fight we've been waiting for. The party, ready to do what it takes to stop a rampaging persona that's taken over its user while the bad guys observe. A fantastic battle that will surely... Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. Shin follows the blast to see Kane and Ryo surrounded by feathers, and that is where this episode ends. Honestly, I loved this. I think this episode was a great way to kick off the second half of the series. The recaps of what the characters have been up to were quick and felt organic. Everyone's been trying to live their lives over the past 6 months, and with the Maribito's pill shortage, it seems clear we'll soon start to see the effects of that. For what was admittedly a very slow start up until now, this is where I feel like the series starts to take off a bit more, and I'm very excited to talk about it. Those of you that are watching along at home, what did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again in 2 weeks, but for now, so long. On the next episode of Trinity Soul Tuesdays, we finally learn who this guy is, and the answer will blow your mind. It's